Okay, this is Cindy and Ginger in the TLC Jackpot after the clinic.
Sit. Whoa, checker. Whoa. Good. Look around. Good. Sit down, checker. Whoa, whoa. Sit back. Look around. Look around. Don't pull on her. Just checker. Whoa, whoa. Now just bump her. Now look around. Much better. Woo. Third look good. Good job.
18197.
And would have been a half second faster if you hadn't got so deep on that second barrel. You just rated that one at least a stride too late. That little mare can fly. So let's do it in slow play now. And while it runs in slow play, we'll critique your cues. One, two, three. So that was really good. 3 strides out, you give her 1 bump. 2 strides out, you give her another 2-hand check. And then now 1 stride out, you've gone to the horn and you're sitting down. Looks really good. Okay, so she still gets it just a smidgen by it. And right there, her head gets a little high when you get in her face. But look at your body position. Your body's leaning forward, your hand's pulling backwards. So what I would suggest is we need to get those shoulders and hips back when you want and sit through the turn. Okay, and then all you'll need to do is bump with the inside hand and the outside leg and look around and she'll come around. Okay, we don't want to get to where we're pulling on our horses in the turns. We want to use our bodies more. So here we are, 1 stride, 2-hand check, 2 strides, 2-hand check. We did do 3 strides of checking on her. But again, and here, look at your body position is really nice. That's how I wanted you sitting on the first barrel. But she's still getting by it. This little mare can get rolling. So I think a lot of the times with this little girl, I think if you start feeling her grabbing that gas pedal that she has, she comes out hard and fast. I don't think you ever need to lean forward on this mare. See the way you come out of that turn? You're really leaning forward and going for it. You could probably sit a little bit more neutral on her. But even here when you check her, even you're sitting very upright and you're checking her face really hard. Maybe change that up a little. Sit back a little more. Tuck your seat and let your shoulders and hips get back in the saddle a little more. Then maybe you won't have to check her face so hard. Okay, so that body position I really like, and I think you need to commit to that body position, which does help her there. She's just got to learn to rate these barrels better, because you end up way out here, which that amount of time, that's a good half second or so. That's 4 strides around the barrel. So that wastes you a lot of time. But this barrel was great. 1, 2, 2-hand checks. And I think that's 4 strides from the barrel. It was. Okay, so even on this barrel, you're like, all right, I'm going to check her really early. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you did rate her 4 strides from the barrel, but boy, she snapped up that 3rd barrel. So what we're going to need to do is just teach this little mare to rate more. But she has other problems where she's oversensitive to leg and such. So what I would like for you to do is desensitize her with 1 rein stops and disengaging her hindquarters. I would also like for you to do a lot more walking the barrels and stopping and making her stand there patiently. She needs patience, she needs desensitizing, and she may even need to do other things besides barrel racing that's high adrenaline and go on long trail rides or maybe work cows really slow or do some obstacle trails, anything that would require her to go slow and think and be patient. So those would be my recommendations for her. As far as your barrel runs, you definitely need to be rating her with 2-hand checks at least 3 or 4 strides before the barrel until she starts rating better on her own, so that way you're not forced to pull on her face in the turns. And also make sure your hands are a little bit down on the reins so it's a direct rein and not a neck rein. And change your body position through the turns, like you were sitting going into 2nd and 3rd. Sit more like that going into 1st as well. But I really enjoyed riding her and working with you, and thank you for coming to the clinic.